Howdy friends. So these small pocket reliever style slings are amongst my favorite pieces of carry, just like ever. I own a bunch, I reviewed a bunch. It's typically what I use when I'm out and about, running errands, I'm with the family. Love the form factor. Now this Safari Sling from Pioneer is their take on this style of carry. Now I've used this a bunch. I've had it for several weeks now. I've flown with it. I've taken it to a conference. I've taken it to a music festival, run my errands on the weekend with it. All of that good stuff with this sling here, and I think it is a contender if you're looking for a sling in this form factor. Even though this is a really simple form factor, we're still gonna do a full walkthrough. I'm gonna let you know what it's been like using this sling and give you my overall thoughts and opinions. And if that sounds good to you, let's start unpacking all of the details of the Safari Sling from Pioneer. So I do spend a fair amount of time on different carry forums, whether that be on Facebook or Reddit, and you often hear about Pioneer on these forums, but it's always about their Panda Pack or the Savant Pack, never about their slings. Well, not enough talk anyway about their slings. So I'm actually super excited to be reviewing one of the Pioneer slings. So let's get into it. So the beauty in this Safari Sling is definitely in its design. It's super simple, simplified design. You don't have a lot of pockets, so you don't have to overthink where you're gonna put your gear. Now I'm gonna flip this sling inside out so we can get a better look at the inside. Now with this sling flipped inside out, we can see the back half of this sling has a one divider pocket here. Now this isn't a padded divider, it is simple material, but you can put your cell phone back here and it'll keep it protected from the contents of the sling on this side, like your key leash here. The key leash is pretty unique. It's actually the button type. Most brands are using like a carabiner. So again, a little bit of class. I like the manual button feel of it. It's different, it's a different take. Like I said, most people are using carabiners and I like the Pioneer. Chose to go a different route, right? Just to make this simple sling just a little bit different and a little bit classier with their own spin on it. And on the opposite side of the sling, we just have one zippered pocket along the back here. Now for this internal material, I don't know exactly what Pioneer is using here. It is smooth, it is nice. I do like the feeling of the sling. I just do wish they would have chose a different color besides black. Now even though this is a smaller, I would say about 1 liter sling, a lot of stuff isn't gonna get too far lost into here, but a nice different color, maybe even a lighter color, like this one's kind of like a green, to offset the inside of the bag would have been nice instead of having just a black on a black bag. So moving to the exterior of the bag, aesthetically, I would say it has a pretty classic shape for this style of sling. It reminds me a little bit of the TomTalk T33, even the Lululemon belt bag and the GoRuck belt bag. It's that, you know, really simple shape and form. So overall, a good shape and size for a sling in this style of carry. So the primary material on the exterior here is Pioneer's very own Mandarin 840D material. And I really like this material. It feels kind of like a ballistic nylon. It feels very durable. I like that you can clean off any pet hair, dust, anything on it. It's a custom made fabric specifically for Pioneer, but man, it looks really good. I'm not quite sure if the camera can pick up the weave on this material here, but it is very nice. And you can see that there is this like 1-inch mil-spec webbing all across the front of the bag as well. Now you can attach items to the outside of the sling. I don't think that's what it's meant for, but you certainly could. I think it's more for aesthetics, but you could certainly use it to clip something on the outside. Typically, if you're carrying something this small, you wouldn't need extra stuff on the outside. And if you did, you could probably size up to one of Pioneer's other slings. Now, this is a 1-compartment sling, so there are no more external pockets anywhere. Again, super simple design. And for the carry system here, it is a 1-inch strap, which I was surprised to see on a sling of this size. Typically, makers go, you know, a little bit thinner. I'm glad that they didn't. I'm glad they still went with the full 1-inch strap. It is on a closed loop system there, so you won't have no dangle. And to add to all the premiumness, you have aluminum hardware for all the connection points on your sling. Now, one of the best parts of the sling and one of my favorite parts of the sling are these zippers. Now, I don't know the actual brand of this zipper. I know the one on the inside is definitely YKK because it says so right on the zipper head. But whatever they're using, it reminds me of the Riri zips kind of. But man, operating these zippers in and out, super smooth and buttery. And it's kind of one of the things that Pioneer is known for, right, on their Panda packs and other backpacks. No exception here on their sling. 10 out of 10 zipper smoothness getting in and out of this small sling. So currently at the time of filming, this sling is available in 3 different colors: a forest, a navy, and the black that I have for you right here. And again, currently it retails for $89, which is definitely at that higher end premium range for slings in this size and category. When it comes to the sling's quality, it is outstanding. You can see the small details that were added by Pioneer into designing this sling, even right down to your bar tack stitching on your shoulder straps here for the connection points of the sling. Again, this is about a liter, I would say, 1.5 liters on a good day, and it's still so attention to detail. It is so overbuilt. The mandarin material, I mean, awesome. Everything about this sling just feels high quality and very premium. Now, you really can't pack these smaller slings out too much because of their size, so they generally carry very well, and so did this one. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm glad that Pioneer still chose to give you the 1-inch strap on the smaller slings. This is a move that I see other makers take, and they go with a smaller, like 3/4, even like a 1/2-inch sling. So I'm glad that Pioneer didn't skimp out here and still gave you the 1-inch strap, which provides plenty of weight distribution, especially for this small sling. Now, there are no additional connection points on the back, so what you see is what you get, but overall it carries very well in a crossbody fashion. You definitely won't be able to use it as a fanny pack, as this strap here doesn't disconnect. Now, I know that there's some product photos on the website showing where the straps disconnect. On the particular sling I got here, that is not the case, so I don't know if it's some models where the strap comes off, some don't. I do wish that the strap would be removable on this one, because this is a perfect size to be used as a pouch, and I would have loved to continue using it, throwing it into my larger bag, using it as a tech pouch, because I do love the experience of the zippers and I love the material. So I would love to be able to use this a little bit more and outside of just the sling. So again, I don't know if it's something that's coming back or it's only available in certain colors, but product images do show removable strap and mine isn't. So some of my favorite things about the Safari Sling, number 1 for me is going to be the zipper experience. It's so buttery smooth and enjoyable getting in and out of this sling. It rounds the corners effortlessly, and with the move of so many makers going to PU coated zippers, these AquaGuard zippers, I just become accustomed to having that stickiness on every single pack and sling that I use. So while the trade-off is there, I don't have that additional water resistance, but just the user experience alone is worth it in my opinion. Number 2 for me is definitely going to be the quality build and the materials. This Mandarin 840D material that they use is fantastic. I'll try to put a close-up shot so you can kind of see the weave in this material. It's kind of nerdy, but something small detail that I appreciate. And then them using aluminum hardware on the strap, the nicer premium material, the 1-inch strap. I mean, overall, just a really solid choice of materials to construct this sling. And being priced at $89, I'm glad that they went with the higher end premium materials, because it makes it definitely feel more premium and more aligned with that price tag. And overall, I just really appreciate the simple design. It's a 1-compartment sling, minimal organization to organize your essentials, phone, wallet, keys, things of that nature. You know, you don't get bombarded with smaller pin pockets and zipper pockets to really overwhelm and complicate the design. So again, I really like the form factor, and I like that they chose to go this simple route. So for some cons or some things I wish I could change about this sling on a future version, the removable straps, kind of confusing. The product pages do show that it has it. Mine did not come with it. I've seen some comments online as well about theirs not coming with a removable strap. So I do think the strap should be removable, because this is a perfect size to be used as a pouch. So on days you're carrying a backpack and you don't need a sling, you could still carry this in your larger Panda pack or Savant pack as a pouch. I like that versatility. It is the perfect size for that versatility. So maybe making that standard across the board, the removable strap going forward, would be a nice change. Second for me is going to be the interior. While I like the actual material, the feel of it, it's black. And while this isn't a really deep sling, so you're not going to lose stuff in here like crazy, just having a slightly lighter shade of material would give the bag a nice contrast and just overall elevate the user experience when you're looking down into the bag, or especially when you're looking for something. And this last one wasn't really an issue for me, but I can see where it can be for some others, is the noise of the zipper heads. When you're walking with this sling, they do definitely jangle a little bit. So again, something that my ear didn't really pick up on, but I noticed my wife mentioned it when she was looking at it, that it did have a bunch of jangle on the zippers. So not really an issue for me, but just something to be aware of. If you are sensitive to those zipper jangles from other products, you're definitely going to experience that here as well. All right, time for some final thoughts on the Safari Sling from Pioneer. It is great. Like I mentioned earlier, I took it to a music festival, I took it to a conference, I've flown with it. So I found this sling to be very versatile in any of those scenarios, carrying your phone, wallet, keys, earplugs at the concert. Even at the conference, I was able to put my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm gonna demonstrate for you here in the loadout section next. But just the versatility and the size while maintaining a slim profile and not looking super big and bulky. And when I carried it to the conference, because of the clean look of the bag, I was actually wore it with a collared shirt and walking around people that are dressed, you know, a little bit more nicer than your everyday kind of attire. So I still think that it was able to fit in just as well and in that conference as it does on the streets when you're out, you know, running your errands. And it is definitely priced in that premium price range at $89. I think that's going to be a hurdle for really new customers to Pioneer who are not familiar, because I think that customers who have already purchased bags from Pioneer, they already know the material, you already know the quality, you already know the zipper experience you're going to get from getting a Pioneer product. So if you're new to Pioneer, just know that everything is high quality. They're a smaller brand, but that doesn't mean that anything less about the materials, because the materials are fantastic, the quality is outstanding, and that's typically why they're priced a little bit higher than some of the other bag companies and products in a similar category. But of course, let's make this a conversation. What do you think of the Safari Sling from Pioneer? It is in that Lululemon belt bag, that Go Rug belt bag kind of category. Of course, I think this one blows both of those bags right out of the water on the material selection alone. But let me know your thoughts, especially about the price tag, $89. Everyone has an opinion and I would love to know yours. So the size of the sling, like I said, is about 1.5 liters. It could be a little surprising on what it can hold. So let's pack this out how I carried it on several different occasions. So these slings will definitely fit more than the eye leads you to believe. You have that sleeve on the back there for your cell phone. This is the largest iPhone Pro Max 15, and it fits back there in that sleeve. Now, I took this to a conference and I chose this to be my camera bag. And I have my Osmo Pocket 3 DJI with the tripod extension, and that was still able to fit down in the bottom, as well as an additional battery as well. And on the opposite side, you have that zippered pocket there, and that's where you can organize your smaller bits of gear. This is my Element card wallet from EVERGOODS. Keep that nice in there and zippered and safe so I don't get pickpocketed. And then of course some chapstick. Really simple carry system here. And you still have some additional room there to attach your keys and other bits of items, your AirPods if you wanted to, right there as well. Now of course for daily carry, you're probably not carrying your DJI Pocket 3 or an extra battery, but you still have plenty of room on the inside. You could also use this clip here to clip your AirPods, but you could toss in your keys, your AirPods. I even have some chewing gum. A pair of sunglasses will also fit in here as well. And even when I was at my concert music festival, I took some earplugs so I don't go deaf. So again, plenty of room to hold all of your essentials. Now, even if you're traveling, can you fit a passport? Yes, you can fit a passport back in that back sleeve, or you can fit it in the main compartment as well. Now, there is no pocket on the back that most slings have. I don't think you really need one on this really slim form factor. And like I said, the joy of using this sling is it's really simple. One compartment, one zippered pocket there. So everything at your disposal here. So again, if you're wanting to travel with several passports, we'll easily do that. If you're the dad of the family carrying all 4 passports, 5 passports, you can easily fit those down there as well. So again, just very versatile to what the things you can carry, and just showing you how I carried it on different scenarios as well. Even with my eye drops, because my allergies, you can probably hear it in my voice, I've been kicking my butt. Still some more room to keep those smaller things organized along the back. Hey, really quick, if you like videos like these or you found any value in today's video, please consider hitting like and subscribe, as that directly supports me and the channel. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I want to say a special thank you to Pioneer for sending out the Safari Sling for me to test and review. Now, if the Pioneer Safari Sling isn't the one for you, fortunately, I've reviewed tons of different slings in this similar form factor as well, even larger ones. And you can find that entire playlist right here. And hopefully we can find you the right sling. But thank you for supporting today's video, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.